Welcome, folks, to this episode. I promised we'd look at some pictures taken with the 70-400 Sony. My name is John Adams. My website is reflectedpixel.com. Feel free to check it out and ask some questions if you got them, or maybe we can come to some answers together. Anyway, after shooting with a 70-400, I quite enjoyed that lens. I think it would be maybe better suited as a wildlife or even bird lens than a sports lens, especially with the camera setup I've got. But the focus was pretty quick, and I was able to reach all the way down the soccer field, and it really wasn't bad to shoot sports with that LAE2 lens adapter. The focus is pretty quick. Definitely not on par with the Nikon gear that I've shot sports with in the past, and the 70-200 2.8. But again, that much more expensive stuff than this. And let's have a look. I've got our settings up here in the corner. I stayed at about 1,000th of a second pretty much all the time on this shoot. I wanted to stop the motion, and you can see this is all the way. This is 180 millimeters, so. See if we can get this to pull up tighter. Excuse me. Wow. Lightroom's being slow today. Okay. So ISO 500 on the Nex-7. I don't think any of this, if there's any softness here, I don't know that it would be the lens's fault. Shooting 10 frames a second JPEGs. So you can see the quick action here, and really we got a good focus. The chromatic aberration isn't bad. The bokeh drops off pretty quick. We're thinking f5, 180 millimeters. And it's got a good pattern to it. I don't mind it at all in there. Let's see, 130. Let's see if we can find one that's a little farther out. 180. So this is about halfway through. That one you can see I was moving. Definitely wasn't holding still on that one, holding still enough. I did notice that I would have liked an optical stabilization system, just for the fact that it's a little nicer to look through the camera when things are holding still. Here we go, 280. This one's a bit farther in. I did find myself from time to time being too close with this lens. So ISO 320. Not quite as sharp that far in. 280. So this is about getting towards the other end of the lens. Actually, we could pull up our lens, our focal length here. And we can see all the way through. Let's see what we shot at 400 here with this. So this is 400 millimeters all the way in. The hard drive must be getting full, kind of filling up here, but nice and tight. Could let some of these load. So again, it performed pretty well. Better than I expected it to be for being such a huge zoom range, and better than a lot of the lenses in this category that I've tried. I didn't mind my old Nikon 70-400. See, this is ISO 1250, but really good detail. So yeah, the Nex-7 I never said was a sports camera. But a bird that I noticed on a pole. Again, this was all hand holding, but lens is sharp, it handles pretty well. It's big and heavy, but it's not as big and as heavy as a 400 2.8, so I guess it all just depends on what you need to do. If I was going to backpack into the woods with the idea of shooting big game, I think I'd definitely go for this lens. I would definitely strive to shoot on a tripod or a monopod and lower my ISO some. But it performs quite well. Let's see what else we got here. Back off to 70. See if we got you can see some detail in here. This all the way down to ISO 400. So plenty of good detail. Nice images. It was a pleasure to shoot with. And I wouldn't mind having it in my arsenal sometime. So if anybody out there wants to give me one, I'm happy to take it. I'm sure you would be too. With that, I'll sign off. I have some planned videos coming up. Want to look at get some more beginner videos going on with some tips about shooting outdoor people. And I hope you'll stay tuned for more to come. Thanks for watching. Okay, one more last tip, sorry. Love the tongues. All three players just sticking their tongues out and just going after that thing. Loved it. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.